Interesting. Joined now by Utah Republican Congressman Jason Chaffetz on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. What's your take on that? What do you think happened in there?
Well, it goes back to what Nancy Pelosi said when the bill originally passed. She said was getting ready to pass. She said we're going to have to pass this bill in order to find out what's in it. Then they took 3.5 years to prepare for what's in it. And then suddenly the president wakes up one day and realizes that, well, what he said was not true. He was misleading the American people. And now it's left the state commissioners and these insurance companies scrambling after years of preparation to try to make these gyrations that are not necessarily in line with what state law is, and it adds to this chaos that is Obamacare.
But it sounds to me like, when the president came out and offered that fix, he said, these companies can, and he was encouraging them to send you a letter that says, never mind. I know I said you can't keep your substandard policy, but now you can. But it sounds to me, when I read through the transcript of this meeting from yesterday, that the president kind of backed down. He said, oh, I get it. I get it. You already put rules in place. It's really hard to reverse this. They said he did not vigorously lobby the commissioners to alter their state regulations.
Well, what the president, when he went before the American people, was in the last week or two, and he said, oh, well, I'm going to make this adjustment. He was only suggesting that lasts for 12 months. It was not a permanent fix like we were trying to do in the House. It also, I just don't think the president can just make this up. And remember that these risk pools are made up of people who participate in these, and when you're going to have a different number of people participate, when you're going to change the rules, it's going to change the premiums. And that, again, this is probably going to add to another round of increased cost for consumers.
Well, we have a guest that we've had on several times, Betsy Tatter, and she's, one of the many people we've talked to. She lost her policy, but then she went on and got another policy, but she said to us, well, my new policy is basically substandard. It doesn't comply with Obamacare, but I'm going to, get to keep it for a year. So I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, that her policy would be compliant with what the president says, but it could very well be out of compliance with what the state says she has to have, because they've already changed their regulations to be in compliance with the government. Right?
Exactly. And that's the problem, is not necessarily every state is going to be able to do this just unilaterally. The president just wakes up and decides, hey, I'm going to change the law. That's not the way this country works, and it's certainly not the way the states work. And then when you get to the actual insurance company, it actually has to provide this insurance, and suddenly all of their tables and all their the accounting that has to go on to try to calculate what the premium is going to be, when you have less people participating, more chaos, more plans that are offered, you're going to have a different risk pool, and consequently your premiums may be different, and that's the fundamental problem.
Let me ask you this. Are we now in a situation where there aren't going to be any fines? Are there not going to be for this year? Because basically the president has said individuals can get a substandard plan. So that would have been what would have triggered the fine if you didn't have the right kind of plan or if you didn't have one at all. So are we in a situation where that's just not going to happen probably for a year? And what are the implications of that?
I would hope so. Look, the president gave businesses an exemption. We wanted the individuals to have the same exemption. The White House has not taken this position. The White House has continued to say that they're going to hold these individuals accountable for this. We want there to be good insurance products for every American out there. Make no mistake about it. But the way the president is doing this, with this unsafe, insecure website that's out there, the chaos that is what the premiums are going to be, I think one of the big waves to come is the fact that the average family is probably not going to save $2,500 per year as the president promised. He couldn't live up to the promise of, hey, if you like your insurance product, you're going to be able to keep it. If you like your doctor, you're going to keep it. I have a hard time finding out what is good about this. It's certainly not the Affordable Care Act. It's not affordable. But individuals, we're coming up, look, we're almost into December, and by the time we turn the corner into January, I just worry that the chaos is going to be even bigger than ever.
All right. Jason Chaffetz, thank you very much, Congressman. Good to see you.
Thank you.